Hey, welcome back to the shop. Hey, check it out. I picked up my shavings. I got this piece. This is birch. It was sitting behind my shop. It's about a year old since it's been cut, but it's got a nice crack here that goes almost to the halfway point, at least here. So I hate dealing with cracks, and even if you fix them, I don't like seeing them as a fix. If it's something where it can be hidden, I'll work with it, but if not, and I don't like epoxy, so I think it's got several limbs. I'm gonna go this way and either make a bowl or a hollow form, because in this episode of winging it design, that's what we're gonna do. So I had already marked my center here, but it means nothing because I'm using a faceplate, so it helps kind of put it close to it. I'm shooting in 4K because this camera that I'm using in my head, for some reason, HD looks like crap. In 4K the battery doesn't last that much, but anyways, I'm sure you know how to put screws, so I'll see you back at the lathe. Alright, let's do some debarking, I guess. .550 is as fast as this is way out of balance, and, but I'm able to do 550 because the stones that I get criticized so much for. Hold on a second, I think the US president is calling me for advice. Hello?
This call is from the Department of Service Canada. The reason you have received this phone call from our department is to inform you we just suspended your social insurance number because we found some suspicious activity.
Ooh.
So if you want to know about this case, just press 1.
Hey man. Hello? Hello?
Who's this?
Hey, I just called to let you know that your wife is having an affair while you're spamming people out there. Yeah, exactly. You loser. Anyways, let's get back to what we're doing. I always talk to them, but they don't want to talk to me. Well, it's going to take a bit, but at least we get to find out how bad this crack is. Fairly soft. Okay, go get a coffee. I'll catch up with you when I have this somewhat rounded. This is what I'm at. The crack still there, but it's not in this area. I'm not fully around yet, but I don't even know if I want to go all the way or curve it from the other end. I'll figure that out in a bit. But yeah, got a bit of bark here. Let's do a pass. My rocks are banging against each other. Can't see what the hell I'm doing anymore. Gonna do a clean pass. Can do a clean pass if it's shaking. Bet you that's a sensitive and knot right there. Yep. It looked like a line, that's why I tried to scrape it, but then I realized that it was actually a smooth pass. That what I was looking at was the center of this branch here. Well, this may work out nice. I don't know. I think I tried to round it. There's a saw cut here, though. That is not going to help my cause, but wow. Goes all the way to there. Removing that will take like probably 3 inches of the width, so I think yeah, this may be a bit of a roundable. It's too bad because I really like this here, but I'm gonna have to shape it the other way. Oh boy. Man, that's too bad. I probably did that in the bandsaw. Goddamn Mexican. From Argentina, that is. Anyways, let's just put on. I still have this crack here. I should remove some of it. This is the wrong way to do this, by the way. That's gonna be my Tenon. I was rubbing the bevel too hard, rubbing instead of gliding in this area here. You can see the rivets there. So instead of getting behind and doing another pass. You can also fix it by doing some shit. That wasn't really shear scraping, it was just some kind of a Mexican scraping, let's call it. But I have to make up my mind about this. Well, let me smooth this out, turn it around, and I'll bring you back then for an update. So I did a pass with this is a 1/2 inch 40 freshly sharpened, and that's what I'm on. I got a couple lines, but those are sandable. Let's see if I nail my tenon properly. This is my safety net, in my opinion. Good, perfect tenon. No gaps all the way around, and as close as possible to a perfect circle. I know you're gonna hear that people say if you make it bigger that points grab into, but I'll ask you a simple question. How does a wood splitter works? Digs in and puts pressure, right? Well, exact same thing happens with the corners of their jaw. If you make the tenon way bigger than an actual circle, just the fact that it might now break on you does not mean that you did it right. So that's my tip for you. Off. And in this episode of He Wants to Be an Expert, we'll show you how to take some screws out of a blank. There, don't say I didn't try to teach you nothing, okay? I'm sharing my secrets with you. One serious tip though is this. I only use the screws maybe anywhere from 3 to 5 times on a faceplate, and then I throw them out. They get stretched, and eventually one of them will break, and it will waste you like another half an hour of your turning just to remove the stupid screw from the blank. Or that, and trying to line this up properly so you don't screw up your threads. But what do I know? Gonna let it sit there for a few minutes because I'm gonna be able to give it an extra squeeze. Let the wood settle. Again, part of my be safe technique. You're gonna say, well, you should put the tailstock. I don't want to put the tailstock. I just want the stupid thing to stay where I put it. So, anyways, I'll be back. Okay, it's 3 p.m. and I haven't had anything to eat yet. Maybe that should be the name of a song. Let's just do structurally what we need to do in order to remove this saw cut here and see where we are. I'm gonna stick with my 1/2 inch 40/40. Willy blend. Alright, well, let's try to blend it again. voice is a little high. High as in altitude, I mean. Well, considering that I was cutting unsupported grain past the heel here, actually looks pretty good. Did not blend properly though, but I'll do a pass for that. So, is this thing going? Yes, it is. Let's fix this thing here. And let's give it an extra squeeze before we start hollowing. Let's see. I'm gonna make an angle cut and see what that looks like. Oops. Ooh. Big discrepancy. I don't like this triangle shapes. However, if I remove the bark, it might work. This flat here. I need to come out about here. Well, let's do that. Forgot what it was. My starting point. Right there. I was hoping I had a Sharpie here, but that's the starting point. We're gonna go with that. I wasn't able to do this inside curve with my 40-40, I mean, due to the nature of the angle. So I started with a 55 degree and that was giving me grooves, and then I tried a 60-degree swept back and I got few lines, so I smoothed them out with negative Rick scraper. Having said that, I don't know if this camera's gonna pick it up, but I have some tear out there. It's not deep, it's just like fuzzy stuff. Could be sanded. This is part of the, because it's engrained there, right? That's a big honking knot. But the other thing I wanted to tell you is, for example, where I'm at with the shape right now. I don't know about you, but to me, this needs to be around nice, like so. And instead of following the depth of this, I'm just gonna hollow and round the bottom, and then when I remove my tenon, I'm gonna follow that in order to achieve a shape that is not like a triangle or a funnel type shape. So let's do that. Yeah, a bit too low, too high. Always a story. Most mistakes happen for not having the tool rest because we get lazy. We know that it's not right and we don't want to stop. By the way, that looks and sound awful because the 4040 is not really a bottom, and it's not good at the bottom of a bowl. And also, I'm not actually writing the bevel. That's an unsupported bevel cut, so it kind of bites. It's a wrong thing to do. I do it all the time. I have no idea why, but I just grip firmer at the back and fight it. Because really I'm just removing material. So let's go. So I have two choices here. I have actually hardwood bottom of the bowl here, or this is an Ellsworth 60-degree swept back. So I'm going to try this first. And here's the other thing, when people try to decide on what size lathe they're gonna get based on what size bowls they want to turn. But I'll tell you what, look at this. And this is a standard handle. Really, for the bottom you should have a longer handle, and so this with a standard handle, when I'm there I need to be at that angle. And you see what's going on here. So that forces you to, I mean, it's still doable, okay? But if this, and instead of being an 1836 was a 24, I would be able to do what I want. And again, this is with just a regular gouge. You're supposed to have a long ass handle to do this. I mean, this is a Laguna, so you could slide the whole head forward. But anyways, enough chit chat. Let's finish this up. Same thing here. I have a bit of fussiness. It's not deep tear out, so in this case I'm going to choose to probably start with 80 sandpaper. It's got some nice detail. Hopefully it doesn't start cracking because of all this knots, but I think it's going to be good. Yeah. Anyways, I gotta get something to eat. I'll come back and try to sand it a bit. I'll catch up with you then. Hey, I'm back from a spaghetti and meatballs. Let's see if we can get away with 120. I don't like starting at 80 because you get a lot of swirls and they're pretty deep, but I'm not sure because I do have a bit of tear out here. So anyways, let's drop the speed a bit and get this guy going so I don't have to breathe that crap. It's okay, but it's not okay. If it was, I will continue sanding through the grids and finish it, but I think that for the sake of this, I'm gonna do some sand and sealer. Well, I let that dry. I sanded it to 400. I fill those holes with black CA. And now we're going to do one's go-to finish, Mahoney's walnut oil. Put some in there. There's a moth here, I left it. Okay, let's do this. I mark where I'm supposed to end. This is 1 1/4 ATPI with an MT2, which goes there, helps me align. This I stole from my girlfriend's washroom. Put that there. Turn on the vacuum. Compressor is going to come on. See, so I don't need to have my compressor going on the vacuum now. This started to crack right there. Or was it already like that? I'm not sure. But all that's going to go anyways. Let's see if we're running through. Not 100%, but I'll say 96. bring this to proper height, which is somewhere around there. Here's my signature. With this we're gonna do 35. Preview, yes. Shows me where it's gonna land. And I need it to be what I want it to be. Somewhere there. So, quick preview. Next. Costume, power 100%, depth 8. Yeah, go for it. Do it. And there you go. This piece has so much to say, like so much crazy figure. Like, look at that stuff. It's him on the outside. The fact that it stayed together. It's crazy. Well, she came out very nice.